Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Notice a shortage, says Tufton amid U.S. woman's complaints. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has requested an update to gain clarity on a recent incident where a U.S. woman shared her dissatisfaction with the level of health care she received at a local hospital. In a now viral video, the woman expressed frustration over the unmet request for tissue, highlighting a shortage in the hospital's bathrooms. "I need some tissue. I've been asking for tissue since I've been here. There is no tissue in any of the bathrooms. No one is giving me any tissue," she said. "I also need another diaper. I'm actually mad because I'm using paper towels. They should not be like pulling teeth," she said, also heard saying before being informed that the items she was requesting were considered personal items. In response to the video, Dr. Tufton said on his Twitter page that he has requested an update on the situation, emphasizing that tissue is always provided for patients. Tufton also highlighted that it is against hospital policy for videos to be taken inside facilities. The minister emphasized that tissue is generally provided for the patients, but due to instances of patients taking tissue from the bathroom, it is sometimes often upon request. He also denied rumors of a current tissue shortage, stating that the Western Regional Health Authority warehouse in Montego Bay has over 1,700 cases of domestic tissue in stock and 1,500 cases on order. The tissues are distributed weekly to all hospitals, Tufton stated. Police military operation in St. Andrew leads to seizure of 3 firearms. 3 firearms were seized during a police military operation on Sunrise Crescent in St. Andrew on December 18, 2023. Head of the Constable's Communication Unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says the operation, which got underway at 5 a.m., was in response to recent robberies and shootings in the area. SSP Lindsay notes that the morning joint operation signals the security forces' commitment to reducing violent incidents in the community.
They have seized 3 illegal firearms, to include 1 rifle and 2 semi-automatic pistols and a number of assorted rounds of ammunition. This operation is a planned intelligence-driven operation. The police from the St. Andrew North Division, which is one of the lead in this operation, being supported by the Specialized Operations Branch, as well as members of the Jamaica Defense Force. We also have members of the Search Center and our K9 Division as part of this search. So far, they have taken a number of persons in custody, some of whom are already persons of interest in previous crimes committed in the space, as well as some persons who are likely to be suspects. We know that of the persons taken into custody, at least one of them will be charged for illegal possession of firearm and other offenses under the Firearm Act, because the gun was found in his actual possession, one of the weapons seized. So that person is now being processed at the Constant Spring Criminal Investigation Department. But I believe that today's operation is a good indication of how the police are pushing forward to reduce the incidence of violence in this particular area. It's a big community, even though it's one address, and I believe that the persons in this residence can breathe a sigh of relief this from today for the rest of the year, because these persons and these weapons are no longer a part of the community. So it is commendable that the police are pushing. I know that they are still carrying out operations and still carrying out searches, and they intend to carry this approach to the end of the year, because we really want to see an end to the violence and the robbery and the incidents of shooting in this particular community.
District Constable gets 6 months imprisonment for misusing guest card. A district constable has been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment or a fine of $100,000 for using a Jamaica Constabulary Force Special Advance card to pay for fuel for his personal motor vehicle. Aquino Barnes was sentenced last Thursday, stemming from his conviction on March 14 in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court for the charge of larceny as a servant. He was arrested and charged by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA in 2012. The trial, which began in 2016, relied heavily on investigation by MOCA agents as well as critical testimony from 6 witnesses. In delivering the sentence, presiding judge at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court, Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks, commended the MOCA team for its professionalism, thoroughness, and dedication in carrying out the investigation. Senate passes Act to bring harsher penalties for PR larcenies. The Senate has passed the Agriculture Produce Amendment Act, which will bring harsher penalties for PR larcenies. The bill was piloted by a leader of the government business, Convener Johnson Smith, who noted that PR larcenies have robbed farmers of $6 billion per annum over the last decade. Mrs. Johnson Smith explained that PR larceny is not only a threat to agricultural sustainability, but also to the public health. She added that in addition to the threat of losing their investments, farmers have also lost their lives. Mrs. Johnson Smith said PR larceny has become increasingly organized in recent years. She noted that the government has been and continues to tackle the issue. She received support from opposition Senator Floyd Morris, who noted that he too, as a farmer, has suffered at the hands of PR larcenies. He noted that with some 400,000 people directly involved in farming, the contribution to the nation's gross domestic product could be far greater if PR larceny is stemmed.
13 farmers who work hard in the hot sun, toiling to sow and planning to reap. Mr. President, 13 have lost their lives in addition to their crops and livestock. PR larceny has also been employed by gangs to fuel their criminal organizations. It even involves the Haitian trade of guns for meat. People understate the illegality that goes on when these boats come. They take a particular perspective, but they're not recognizing, Mr. President, that there is far more nefarious activity at play. But the government has recognized the brazen and increasingly organized nature of PR larceny and has brought amendments to the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act so that persons can be charged under the anti-gang legislation for being involved in PR larceny. And these amendments include making larceny of cattle and killing animals with the intent to steal serious offenses with penalties going up to 20 years for the first conviction on indictment. So, Mr. President, the government recognizes that if this issue is not dealt with effectively and immediately, we cannot and will not have a sustainable agricultural sector.
This is an extremely important piece of legislation as it seeks to protect a significant portion of our population that has chosen to use farming as the means of improving their personal lives and feeding the nation. And if we were to get rid of the two-foot puss and control the PR larceny, that's $6 billion that we lose annually estimated could mushroom and make a more sizable contribution to our gross domestic product.
Harmony Beach Park received free Wi-Fi. Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay, St. James now have access to free public Wi-Fi following a collaboration between the Universal Service Fund USF and the Urban Development Corporation UDC. The initiative, which was launched at the facility on December 15, forms part of the government's broader effort to create comfortable and connected spaces for the public. The public Wi-Fi will allow for more than 200 residents to simultaneously access high-speed service while at the facility. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Strong said Harmony Park is a comfortable spot for the people of St. James. We, the government, have to move to ensure that other areas in Jamaica have this kind of environment so that students and members of society can feel relaxed. The student can also do their homework at the park because the internet is there. It creates a stimulating environment, he stated. Chang also highlighted ongoing efforts to build and modernize parks island-wide, pointing to a $3 billion project in Portmore, as well as plans for downtown Kingston and Hope Pastures. This kind of work, like here at Harmony Park Beach, cannot be done overnight. It took some time to design, but the government is putting in the resources and the effort so that we can develop these across Jamaica and allow every Jamaican to not only have the equity in the country, but can find a space where they can relax, Strang explained. General Manager of the UDC, L. Robert Honeycon, said the Wi-Fi initiative at Harmony Beach Park goes beyond connectivity, as it also creates inclusivity and sustainable development for all Jamaicans in the digital age. This initiative, aligns with the vision for Jamaica's future, a future where every citizen has access to the tools and resources needed to succeed in an increasingly connected world, Honegan explained. Meanwhile, CEO of the USF Daniel Dawes said the endeavor was a major milestone, noting that the USF has financed some 21 public Wi-Fi locations across Jamaica, including popular areas such as Emancipation Park and National Hero Circle. In addition, all major townships such as Savannah Lamar, Lucy Falmouth, Sam Sharp Square now have access to free Wi-Fi connectivity. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.